Hey guys. All right, I'm gonna give it a second. See who joins me live. But today I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about charcoal ash and how I've been using it. So one of the reasons why I bought it in the first place, I always used to see people using it to, whiten their teeth. And I started seeing a lot of advertisements via social media about this like charcoal ash tooth whitening, or I don't know what to call it, but like kind of like some type of like brushing mechanism to use to whiten your teeth naturally. And I'm into like a lot of do-it-yourself type of products. So recently, especially, I've been using my own face washes and my own, I use my own mouthwash. When I was trying to rid my body of candida and clearing up a few gut issues, one of the things that I had to do was take out a lot of the products. Like, I can't be using anything with fluoride in it, or anything with like a heavy metal of any sort. So I started using a lot of my own products and like creating my own products from like basic ingredients that you have at home, like a lot of things with vinegar and baking soda and honey and lemon juice. So there's pretty much like a bazillion things that you can do with any of those. So I stumbled across this recipe for this charcoal ash teeth whitening. So anyway, I didn't use it at first, so I saw it and was like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. I noticed that there's a lot of like charcoal face masks and a lot of other things that are on the beauty market now that have charcoal in them, and there's obviously a lot of good reasons for that, because charcoal assists with removing toxins from your body. So that's why, like, when you go to the emergency room, like a kid eats something or a dog or something eats something that they're not supposed to have, they typically put some type of charcoal mixture that you drink, and that's because the charcoal will actually absorb all of the bad stuff in your body. Another thing is, I remember when I was doing my candida cleanse, is that I was prescribed a supplement that I would take for so many days that was kind of clearing my gut. And I remember it was black. It had charcoal in it as one of the active ingredients. So this all made sense to me when I first saw this. But then fast forward like a year, I never did anything about it. And fast forward about a year, I happened to, a friend of mine and I were in New York City, and we stopped by an ice cream shop that had charcoal ash ice cream. And it was amazing. So we were like, oh, let's get our own charcoal ash and make our own version of this. So I bought a big bag of charcoal ash, and I'll actually put the link below when I add this to my blog. I'll add the link, and I'll show you the bag that I got, because I saved a whole bunch of money. I see a bunch of people selling just the charcoal ash in like small little containers for like $20, but I think I paid like, I don't know, like $14 or something for a 1 pound bag. So I'll share that link with you guys in a little bit. But anyway, I wanted to show you what I do with it. And if you hold on, I'm going to just brush my teeth. I'm going to kind of do like a quicker version of it just to show you. And then I'll come back and I'll share with you some of the benefits that I actually got from doing this. All right, so hold on. You can watch along with me. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. So I keep it in a little like plasticware type of container, because I also keep a bunch of stuff. Like, I have honey. Like I said, I use a lot of do-it-yourself type of products that I keep up here now in my bathroom. So the first thing is that it's very messy. So as you can see, like I have just my my sports bra on because normally I do this before I get dressed in the morning. And I've been only doing this for like maybe 2 to 3 days a week. I'm sure if you want like even better results, you can actually use this like every single day or morning and night for like a short period. So I wet my brush. Another thing that you can do is you can use a totally separate brush. I haven't noticed my brush getting dyed. I've used other things like turmeric before, and that will definitely dye your toothbrush. But what I do for so far, coconut ash or the charcoal ash has not been dyeing my regular toothbrush. So I just grab a little bit with my spoon. After I wet my brush, I just pour a little bit on. It gets a little bit all over the place. And then I quickly close the container because I have spilled this before. And I just put it back away so it's out of the way. But as you can see, I'll show you. So it just got a lot of it over there. So I try to clean that up quickly because this stuff does stain. And then I just start brushing. So normally I do like 3 to 4 minutes, but I'm probably gonna do, probably just gonna do like a minute or two just to speed it up so you guys don't have to wait so long. So it takes a little bit to start going back to like clear again. And I keep kind of rinsing it out as I'm doing it. So normally I do it a little bit longer, like I said, 3 to 4 minutes. So I just did a really quick version. And I actually didn't put as much as I might normally put on. Normally I'm like completely black. You'll notice that it gets, I use a really fine version of this. So typically it starts, when you first start brushing, it feels a little gritty, and then that goes away after a few seconds. Sort of like if you ever use like a baking a baking soda type toothpaste or something. So then I just keep brushing until it goes clear, and then I brush with my regular toothpaste. Again, I use a fluoride-free toothpaste. For those of you who use anything with fluoride, just know that fluoride messes with your hormones. So like I completely got anything with fluoride out of my household. So I'm just doing the quick version for you guys. And the other thing that I do right away is you can see it makes a mess. So like I clean that all up very quickly because I don't want it to stain anything. So I don't know if you can see, it definitely brightens in just one use. But if you're really looking to like truly whiten, you probably have to use it like almost every day, or maybe for a short period, morning and night. But I just wanted to share the benefits that I noticed because I wasn't expecting this. I was just like, okay, it's an all natural, healthier alternative to whitening rather than doing like one of those trays and stuff that I've used in the past that I've heard are like not really good and can do a lot of damage to the enamel of your tooth. So I figured let me just try it to brighten my teeth a little bit. But what I didn't notice, what I didn't expect to see was that it does a really good job at removing plaque. So I noticed like after a couple of uses, the next night I went to go floss and I realized that plaque that had been building up, like the spots when you always go to the dentist, you know, like when you go to the dentist, you get your teeth cleaned and you have those spots where like you notice like they really get in there and clean. For me, it's like between my top tooth and my bottom middle tooth that I always notice, like when I leave the dentist, I have this like big gaping hole again. And I'm like, wow, that kind of goes away after so long. And I definitely floss like almost every day, or sometimes I do it twice a day. And I noticed that after I was doing this a few times, that I would go to floss and it would remove built up plaque, and I felt that feeling of like where the gaps are in between your teeth are just as open as when I get my teeth cleaned like that first week. You always notice that big difference. So that was a big thing for me. The other thing was that I have some sensitivity along the gum line where I have like a crown or a cap. So I have two different fixtures in my mouth where I have like a crown and a cap. And I always get sensitivity there, which I think is normal when you have something external. So I noticed that when I started brushing with this a few times a week, that would go away. So I always know, like when I don't use it and I feel that sensitivity again when I'm brushing, I'm like, oh, wait, I should go back and use this again. So I just wanted to go over the benefits that I got from it. Like I said, I'll link the bag that I bought because it was like super reasonable. And I want to hear from you guys if you're using this and if you're seeing any benefits, but there's a bunch of other benefits. It really detoxifies like anything that you're trying to get out of your system. So a lot of people use charcoal ash for like a hangover cure or any type of detox cure for the gut, but you can also use it for, like I said, beauty and really detoxifying the skin and the mouth, because don't forget, a lot of the issues within our health typically can come out in the mouth, or can even start in the mouth. Like if you have a lot of, if you're having like a tooth problem that's causing an infection, this is a good way, because there's also, it's made out of coconut. So as we know, a lot of people who use coconut oil to do oil pulling, this will have some of the same benefits to the gum area. So I'm curious to hear what my dentist thinks when I go, because I have a feeling they're going to be like, well, you don't have a lot of the normal, you know, plaque or tartar or any type of buildup that I normally do. So I'm curious to know. I'll find out next week, and I will post a little update. But in the meantime, let me know if you have any questions. There's a lot of cool resources on Pinterest regarding this. That's where I first started seeing this about 2 years ago or so. And I'm just glad that I started doing this. Like I said, I'm only doing it a few days a week. I hope, you know, you found this helpful in some way, and I will give you guys an update in a week or so. Again, I'll post this on my blog, and I'll add all the links to everything that I mentioned. All right, guys, thanks for checking in today.